First and foremost, reading the question carefully is the first thing you do before you start answering a question. Before you do anything else, read it carefully and make sure you thoroughly understand what the question is asking you to do. And then you can move on to using whichever method you think appropriate to whatever question you're looking at. So for question 3, which is our first example, we've got a code. And there is more than one code that you've got to figure out, because you're given some coded words and then you've got to figure out what's going on in order to work out a code for a new word. So it is quite complicated, but what you need to do there is figure out which is distinctive. Like, there's only one that has a double O in it, so you can see therefore there's only one code that has a double number in the middle, and that one will relate to that. So go through it and work it out as you go along. Write down L equals 5 and O equals 4 as you go along. Make sure you make a note of it, because that will make finding the other ones so much easier. So for that one, making notes is very important. And it's the same for question 5, which is about ratios. So you're working out a relationship between the first and second number, and by writing things down, because you might want to try a number of different options, so dividing, multiplying, adding, subtracting, etc. Write down every method that you're going through, and you can cross out ones that are wrong, and then once you've found the one that's right, you can work it out for all the rest. So make sure you keep on top of all your workings out by writing things down. For the last example, unfortunately, practice is going to be the main help here, because we're looking at a riddle. And riddles require a certain mindset to, how you approach them, because they are very tricky, and it can take quite a while to get in the habit of figuring them out. But there are lots of logic, puzzle and riddle books out there, and plenty of examples online that you can look at to help you. So practice is going to be the most important thing there. But above and firstly, you must read the question, because only through reading the question thoroughly will you actually understand what you need to do in order to get an answer. Because if you read something wrong because you're hurried or in a rush, chances are you may well get it wrong. So make sure you take the time to look at exactly what the question is asking you before you attempt an answer, and then use whichever method you think appropriate.